Okay, today we are back for another recipe. This week, or actually for lunch, this is what I'm in the mood for, so I figured I'd record this. This is a great sandwich. We're making a sandwich today. We're making egg salad. All right, so anybody that likes egg salad, give this recipe a try. Put a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel. Share it. Do whatever that you guys want to do with it. So anyways, this is a great sandwich. We're going to run down some ingredients here. Pretty basic, not a lot to it. We got some salt and pepper. We got some fresh dill. We got 1 clove of garlic, 8 eggs, 2 strips of bacon. You can put whatever kind of bacon you want into this. If you plain bacon, I try to use a thick cut bacon though. That's the only thing. All right, we have a sub roll from my my local bakery, Bellinopoli. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that in a little while. Got about 4 tablespoons of mayo, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of this diced. I'm going to show you how I do that, and we're also going to use some celery. I got 1 piece of celery there. We're only going to use 2 tablespoons of that. So let's get on with this recipe. I'm going to show you how to cut it up. And first things first, we're going to get the eggs in the water. I'm also going to show you how to peel an egg so that membrane that's inside doesn't stick. It's also great for like deviled eggs too. Your eggs come out pretty clean. So, can't guarantee everyone will, but I'll show you exactly what I do. All right, so let's get on with this recipe. I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so pretty simple here. We have just a pot of cold water. Okay, it's important that that it's cold. Okay, we're going to drop our eggs in, all 8 of them. Now the eggs, you can pull them out. I don't know, like 10 minutes or whatever. I don't think it really matters. I've had great luck with them both ways. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to drop the eggs in the water. Just make sure that they're covered up like you see that they are. We're going to turn our burner on high, and as soon as we get some bubbles on the bottom of the pot, it reminded me of a Everybody Love Raymond episode. Is it a pot or a pan, right? Okay, anyways, as soon as we see some bubbles on the bottom of this pan, then we're going to turn around and set a timer for 10 minutes. As soon as 10 minutes comes around, we're going to shut them off. I'm going to have a bowl with some ice in it. We're going to drop these directly in ice water. That helps the membrane separate from the egg. Okay, so as soon as we're done with this, I'll bring you back just to show you what I mean by the bubbles for you guys that don't know. I'll bring you back and show you guys that. Okay, so on with the bacon. We're just going to drop the bacon now. Okay, over on the other side. Now, the only thing that I did with the bacon, instead of leaving it in full strips, I did cut them in half. Okay, I just cut them down the middle. Now, the temperature in this pan is going to drop considerably because, the bacon's cold. It was in the refrigerator. All right, so this is going to cool down, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure, let me get my mess cleared up there. Okay, and what we're going to make sure is that we're not going to use too high heat on this, okay? Anytime I cook bacon, you want to kind of cook it a little bit slow because you don't want the bacon itself, the meat part of it, cooking before the fat. Okay, you want to take your time with this. You want to render it down nice and slow. It's thick cut bacon. I would do the same thing with a thinner cut bacon, okay? So this is all we're going to do to this. When this is done, I'll show you exactly what this looks like, and I'll bring you back when the eggs are almost done, okay? It's very simple. You're just going side to side with this. You flip it every now and then. You flip it back. You just keep flipping it, but low heat. Don't rush this. Don't burn that because that'll make your egg salad taste a little bit weird. At least I think it does. Maybe you guys don't. All right? So we'll just wrap this little bit up, and we'll get you back with the eggs. Okay, so now you can see on the bottom of the pot that you're starting to get a lot of little bubbles on the bottom. They're starting to surface now. You can see them. They're coming to the top, okay? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to start our timer. And we are going to put it in for 10 minutes starting right now. Okay, don't do these at a rapid boil. As soon as you start to see the water become, like you're boiling pasta. okay? Cut that heat back. You don't want to bang these eggs into each other, okay? Because you don't want to crack it, they'll leak out, you know, that type of deal, okay? So once this gets to be rapid boil, we're going to cut the heat a little bit. 10 minutes, almost like 9.5 right now. Then we're going to drop them in some ice water. Okay, so while the eggs are cooking, we're going to come over here. We're going to do some prepping, okay? So I left this whole for you guys because, you know, I want to show you guys how I exactly do it. So just basically the first thing, like I said, you don't need too much. You only need 2 tablespoons, roughly, about this. Now, all these ingredients that I'm putting in here, you can adjust these any way you want to. So, you know, if people turn around and say, well, I would have put more in, or I would have put less in, or I didn't like you. Listen, if you don't like it, leave it out. If you think it's interesting, put it in, make it this way one time, and then if you like it, then you can adjust the ingredients the way that you may like it. Or you can maybe like it the way I do it, you know, and then you could take it from there, okay? So, real simple here. I'm going to see, I always have a hard time cutting this on camera. So, I'm going to show you, this is all about texture in egg salad, right? So, we're going to cut very small, very small, very small, right? You can see that opposed to the size of a finger. So this is probably what you're looking for. Okay, we're only going to cut just this little bit, and then we're going to see what we get out of it, just like that. Okay, and then all we're going to do is we're actually just going to go for a very, very small dice. Okay, you don't want nothing huge in your salad, okay, as far as you know, big chunks. I mean, unless that's the way you like it, but I think it tastes a little bit better, and it just gives it you know, the texture wise, it just you know, that, anyways, it does it for me. Okay, so this is what we have as far as the size of it. Very small. Okay, all right, so on with the I'll show you how to cut up the red onion. Okay, so on to the red onion. Okay, so 2 sides to the onion. You got the root part and you have the top part. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the bottom part here, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to just cut this in half. Okay, watch your fingers, sharp knives, safe knives, right? Okay, so there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to peel off the first layer of this. Be nice to have a bowl off to one side so you guys can just throw it, all your scraps like I'm doing here, just right into the bowl. And then you just dump the bowl in the garbage afterwards. It's pretty simple. Saves a little bit of time too. You don't have to keep playing with stuff. All right, so since we're looking for a small dice again, what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we are just going to cut a little bit of this onion, just like this. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. Let me see if I can do it like this. It's so hard to get things right sometimes on camera, okay? But you guys get the idea of what I'm doing here, so I'm going to turn this around so I don't cut myself. Okay, and then we're going to turn it back, and all we're going to do is we're going to cut this twice going this way, okay? And we're just going to drag our knife through it, and we're just going to drag our knife through it. Be very careful of your fingers there, and then we're going very small. See, love it. See how small? Very small. And you're only going to do 2 tablespoons of this. Now again, if you guys don't like red onion, you can use a shallot. Shallots are a little bit more milder, so you can do that too. Shallots, for some reason, where I live, don't having problems with them. They're not very firm, so I usually pass on those. Okay, so here's our red onion that we're going to put into our salad, and that's it. Very small dice. Okay, Let me go check on the bacon. The eggs are going to get dropped in some water right now, I think. They're almost done. What do we got? Yeah, 48 seconds. All right, back over to the stove. Okay, so that's the timer for our eggs. Let's shut that off. Let's grab a little spider here, and we're just going to take these out. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to put them directly in ice water, okay? Let's show you exactly what I got going on here, okay? So these eggs should be perfectly cooked. And when I say ice water, you can say I mean ice water. Literally put ice in it if you guys can, okay? Other than that, you may have a little bit of a problem peeling your ice, or you're peeling your ice. Yeah, let's peel some ice today. How's that? All right, shut the burner off to the thing. Our bacon is rendering down really, really awesome. I'm going to take you over and just show you this real quick as well. Our bacon is doing fantastic. We're going to cut that up on a cutting board in just a minute. Okay, so that's the deal with that. We're going to let the eggs now rest for 10 minutes. We're going to set a 10-minute timer on it, and then I'm going to show you how to peel them, okay? Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut up the dill real quick. All right, so we're just going to pick these. Now, you don't need a lot of this. The thing about dill is it's a great, I think it's a great flavor, but you don't need a lot of it, okay? So we're just going to finally mince it up like this, right? Just like this. It's very, very powerful. Now, if you don't have fresh dill, you don't have to worry about it. You can use, you can if you really become in a pinch, you can use like a McCormick dill if you want to. It's not going to be the same, and it's not going to give you the same flavor, but it's better than nothing. So if you forget this ingredient, you can work it out a little bit. All right, dill's cut. The only other thing we have to do is the garlic, but we're not going to press that until we mix the egg salad. Next thing, we're going to take you over. We're going to show you how easy it is to peel these eggs. Everybody's nightmare, right? Okay, so we're almost ready to do the eggs. The bacon, perfect timing, right? Look at this bacon. Nice and crispy. It's going to cut up real nice. So the only thing we're going to do here while we peel the eggs is we're going to take this out. I just have a lined paper plate with just like that, okay? Just let them sit there and drain. We'll pat them dry a little bit afterwards, and that's it for the bacon. We'll chop it up, and that's going to go in our egg salad sandwich. Kill the heat. Over to the eggs. Let me show you how to peel these real quick. Okay, over to the sink. Timer went off for the 10 minutes on the hard-boiled eggs. You would do the same thing if you're making deviled eggs on this, okay? So what I found out, what works the best, watch it not work today. Like I said, it's not totally foolproof. You could, out of like a dozen of eggs, it could be, one in there that's going to give you a little bit of problems, okay? So these have been in the cold water, and you can see that all the ice is melted, okay? So 10 minutes for these. All we're going to do is we're going to turn the water on just a little bit, just a trickle, and what we're going to do, I didn't plan on this part to show you, but what we're going to do, I'm going to do one, and then we'll just take it from there, okay? So you're going to crack one side. Most people are going to be like, yeah, we knew that. And then you're going to just push down like this, okay? Roll it out. Let's go over here to the sink, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to peel it, and the whole thing. Say, that's my finger. I pushed too hard on it, but you'll see it. Look at it. Just comes right off. Perfect, just like that. And then I just rinse the egg, and you, my friend, have a great egg, right? All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to tap it, roll it, and let's show you how I do it again, okay? So we're just going to take it, put it under the water, just like this. And once you get it started, I'm really hoping you guys can see how quickly that this comes off. I've been doing this for, look, almost comes off in a whole shell, right? Okay, so there you go. And then I'll show you what these look like. So tap, tap, and then we're gonna just roll one more for you guys, so you don't think that it's by luck that that's happening. Okay, it's pretty much like I said. If you do a dozen eggs, I mean, you could get one in there that membrane sticks to the egg, but I mean, look at it. Just, I'm really hoping you guys can see it, and then it just all comes off. I just rinse the egg a little bit, just like that. Voila, hard-boiled egg. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with the rest of these. I'm going to do the other 5 here. So I will be right back. We'll cut up the bacon. We'll get all this together, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that bread. I have one more egg left that has the shell on it still. But one thing that I did forget to tell you guys, okay? So you have, I know this is like a little bit of a lesson. I mean, you know, that's why I started this channel. Because there's just little stupid stuff like this that people don't know. You know, and unless you do this and you've been doing it for years, you're not going to know. Okay, so you have a pointy end and you have a fat end. Okay, so we're just going to crack this egg. And what we're going to do is, if you see, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but in here, there's a little divot in the top part of this egg right here. If you start peeling this egg from the fat end, that membrane separates right there. Okay, so you know, that's, if you start from the bottom, which would be, well, I don't know, I guess maybe that would be the top. I guess it all depends on how you look at the egg, right? Which way did the chicken deliver that? So anyways, more stupid humor. So what I recommend, just because I've been doing this for probably 30 years, like that, is I would start from, there's the pointy end, there's the bottom end. So if the egg came out like that, you're going to do the bottom end. Once you crack that and roll it, start peeling it from here. All right, let's get these chopped up. Let's get this salad made. So we're going to just take the bacon. Super simple here, guys. All right, we're just going to take the bacon that we just got done cooking. It is really crispy. And that's how you want it, because you don't want the Oh, this is kind of like a 2 for 2. I just showed you how to make your own homemade bacon bits. If you're doing a salad, same thing. That's all you would do. Render down the bacon, cool it, take the grease out of it, bada bing, you're done. All right, so we have our eggs. I'm just going to take one egg, and I'm just going to show you exactly the inside. So now this is how I cook them for egg salad. If you're doing deviled eggs, you might want them a little bit looser, you may want them a little bit more, but that's just how I like the yolk on these here. All right, so okay, let's see. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take these and we're just going to cut these up like this, put these in the bowl, just like that. A lot of people say my videos are too long or I talk too much, but you know what? Sometimes it's story time, and other times it's you know, teaching, showing you guys exactly how to do things, right? All right, so I just start it like this, and then I'll show you guys what I actually do. This is just to get it started, so I don't have to sit here with a fork or whatever utensil I decide to use. First things first, we got to get these a little bit more mashed, okay? So what I use is just it's a pastry tool, okay? And it's got these wires on it, okay? This is what you mix eggs and flour with, right? Like this. So this is all I use. I find this to be very convenient. You can pick these up anywhere, Walmart, Amazon or just wherever. Not too expensive, just a couple bucks. Makes your life a lot easier, okay? So alls I do is I just mash these now until I get to the right consistency. You can see how simple this is too, right? Make your life easier. I always used to, and I know my mom did it this way. She used to do it with a fork, right? That's old school, right? You know, so I figure instead of doing it with a fork, I was like, what the hell can I use to get this done when I make egg salad? Because I do make this, you know, often enough, you know, a few times a year. So this is what I came up with, was just using like a pastry cutter thing. Okay, so I'll just do this, get this out of here. Very, very simple, as you can see. And then we'll show you I'll show you the consistency of where I like it. If you like it a little bit more chunkier, by all means, don't cut it down this far. And if you like it a little thinner, you think, then cut it down even more. That's okay too. No right or wrong in any of these recipes that I do. Okay, so that's what I think. Let's see. Let's get this out. Yeah. All right, so let's grab a spoon. We'll show you exactly. Making more of a mess. Hold on. Okay, so this is about the consistency that I like it. It's about how thick I like it. Okay, so there's the start of this project. All right, so now the rest of it, it's dump and run, right? Okay, so I'm gonna I have a garlic press. All right, and I'm just going to put my piece of garlic in there. And you don't have to peel it if you have this. I don't know what this is. This is a Pampered Chef. So all you do is just take this and just squeeze the garlic out of it. Okay, just like that. Open it up. You can do it again if you don't think you got it all. Just like that. All right, and then see, it just saves the shell, basically. That's all it does. All right, so we have our garlic in there. We are going to take our 2 tablespoons of minced red onions and 2 tablespoons of celery. And then we're also going to take, for now, we're going to take our 1/4 teaspoon, roughly, of fresh dill. That's gonna make it nice. Okay, we're going to take our paprika, just like that. Oh, I already know we're gonna need salt and pepper, so we're gonna just put a little salt in it for now. Now, what I do want to tell you guys, if you're putting bacon in this, well, you know, listen, everybody loves bacon, right? So we're throwing it all in. All right, and that was 2 strips, 2 full strips that I cut in half to make 4 little ones, right? And then we're going to take and I always just start with this. We're just going to take our 4 tablespoons. I'm using Hellmann's. It's kind of what I was brought up with. I think most everybody in my family uses Hellmann's from, you know, to get this all together. So what we're going to do now, sorry, I was a little unprepared. We're just going to take a spatula here, and you can always add more mayonnaise to it, but start with 4 and see what you come up with. And if you think you need more and you want it a little bit more creamier, by all means, hey, add more, definitely add more mayonnaise to it, which I usually do add a little bit more, another tablespoon or whatever. All right, and then we're going to taste it for flavoring and seasoning, and we're going to see how good or bad that it is. Well, listen, I already know it's good because I've made this a bunch of times. Okay, so let's see what we got. And that's like foolproof. There's perfect salt in that. Perfect, actually. I don't need anything else. Like I said, if you want to add a little bit more mayonnaise to it, you can. All right, so we're going to get the bread over here. We're going to assemble this, plate this up, and that's my recipe for egg salad sandwich. Wait, see what we do with the bread. So we are ready to plate this up now. So here's what I'm going to do. You can do this one or two different ways, actually. I think what I'm about to show you originated in Brooklyn or the Bronx. I want to say Brooklyn. There's a woman down there. If I can find her again, I'll put a link in the description down below. That she makes, it's like an ice cream cone with, but it's actually a meatball sub. It's a meatball hero, okay? And this is where this idea came from. Brilliant idea, absolutely brilliant idea. All right, so well, like I said before, local bakery, stopped off, got a few loaves of bread this morning, and this is all we're going to do. We're going to cut the top off. Preferably if you get like a crusty bread, would be friggin' awesome, actually. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our knife. And we're just gonna kind of do this, okay? So we're just gonna dig. We're gonna dig out some of this bread. Now you don't have to get, I know this is probably not in camera, but it's very difficult to pull this bread out. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my spaghetti tongs so I can get down in there, reach in there. There we go. Now we're getting it done. Okay, so I wouldn't go all the way down to the bottom. The reason why I wouldn't do that is because you don't want to have the sandwich go through, okay, all the way. All right, so let me get this. There's no easy way to do this as far as you know, like a time restraint thing here. And doing this quick, it's just what it is, because you have to, the crusty bread makes a little bit of a mess. Okay, so all right, so here we go. So that's what you're doing, right? Hollowing out the bread. I thought this would be a great idea when I seen this video that she did on that meatball sub, because it was you know, when you bite into usually this any kind of egg salad, it usually goes all over the place, right? It squirts out the side of the bread. Other than that, I personally like just regular white bread with this. All right, so here we go. You already know now where I'm going with this, right? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stuff this right down little by little. Doesn't take too much time, and you can feel it. You'll feel it get all relaxed in there, where you know you shouldn't do any more. Again, 8 eggs. That's what this was. I don't know, you guys probably can't even see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Okay, and I think maybe one more little scoop will finish that off. Okay, just like that. All right, so now when you guys bite into this sandwich isn't going anywhere. Look at that. Okay, all right, I will cut this in half. I wouldn't eat it by cutting it in half. I would just kind of eat it just like this, but we're going to cut this in half for you guys so you can see exactly what it looks like. Okay, and you have the sides that aren't cut, so it's holding everything in. Okay, we're gonna be back. We're gonna plate this up super quick. Here we go. Pretty simple. All right, if you guys make this, let me know how you like it, because I absolutely love this sandwich. There we go. Gotta grab the corner of the plate. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let's do that. There we go. Let's do that. Okay. All right. Now my favorite kind of potato chips ever is salt and pepper potato chips. All right, and because we have some dill in our sandwich, we are going to just a little bit, just to make it look good. And we're going to do that. We're going to just add a little bit of dill sprig there. All right, okay guys, that's it. It's my lunchtime. This is what I'm having. I hope you guys make this. You guys like this video, put a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share this if you guys want to, and let me know how you guys like this. It really is an awesome recipe. Okay guys, till the next video, I will see you soon.